Hey, this is Gail Anderson, and this is Mentoring Moments for Moms. Hopefully you're doing well today and enjoying the fact that it is a Friday. We're at the end of the week, and it's been a great week. Hope you've had a nice week with your kids and done some special things, enjoyed some time with them. I'm enjoying doing these broadcasts, and it is so fun just connecting with all you moms. So it's been an interesting week. We've had some fun things to share on. But actually, when I was packing this week, I found something that I thought was very interesting. It's an old list of house rules that we had. So that's what we're going to talk about today, is rules around your house. Now, if you're enjoying the broadcast, I ask that you tap on the screen, give me some hearts. Also, if you want to share this broadcast with some other moms, somebody else who could benefit from it, swipe to the right and you'll be able to share that broadcast. In the link on my Periscope, you will find my personal emails. You can contact me, let me know what else you'd like to hear about. Also, the link to our blog, which is kirbyanderson.com. We blog on a whole bunch of these things: marriage, parenting, personal development, health, and just things like that. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. Okay, so when our kids were at home and growing up, it seems like there were constant things that were coming up that we'd be having to make new rules about. Okay, somebody did this. Now we have to make a rule. Can't do this, can't do that. It just seemed like every time I turned around, we would always be having to make a new rule about something. Well, this got pretty frustrating. So we finally actually sat down and got it to the basics and decided, okay, what are some general house rules that we could come up with? And we even had scriptural backing for each one of them, so that the kids will understand some basic rules to guard their behavior, to be able to choose whether they're doing the right thing, to be able to judge themselves, because that's the object, judge themselves, so they're not going to be judged by mom and dad. So I just have a few minutes here, but I want to go over these rules, and if they're helpful to you, use these as a springboard and come up with your own. So the first one is no back talking. We were very specific about teaching our kids that the correct response when mom or dad ask you to do something, it's yes, mom, or yes, dad. And that is in a nice way, not yes, mom, stuff like that. So that is really important, that they show respect and not backtalk when they've been asked to do something. The second rule is no fighting or arguing. This, of course, is self-explanatory. If you have many children, you know that you want peace in your home. You know that you want to be able to have things flowing and not always have to be a referee between them. So the object is to get them to realize, okay, I don't want things to be coming after me. I don't want to have any kind of consequences, so I can choose not to fight. I can choose to ask the sibling that I'm working with, could they please do this or could they please do that? And of course, if they're not able to solve it themselves with being nice, then they come to the higher power to judge. The third one is no lying. This is extremely, extremely important. Now, you know, even if our kids did something wrong, if they came and told us about it or didn't lie about it, the consequence was not as bad. We prided ourselves in accepting that honesty from them. It's very, very important. If they did lie, then the consequence or the punishment for what they had done in the first place and for the lying was going to be a lot harsher. So that was something that we were real specific about. For some reason, around age 7, it seemed like most of our kids seemed to have that problem with telling non-truths, lying about something. And there is a big difference between kidding and, you know, trying to joke with somebody and telling an actual lie about something. So this is probably part of what they're trying to do, is differentiate between those things. But especially around that age, they're beginning to realize that. So make sure that you get them through that and help them to be honest and truthful with you. Number 4, obey immediately and have a good attitude. Oh, I can see, I just missed what you said. Your 7-year-old is having a hard time with lying. I understand. I'm telling you, it's just a stage. It's just a testing stage. They're figuring it out. So just keep Keep with what you're doing. Okay, obey immediately and have a good attitude. Attitude is everything. Now, our kids, of course, sometimes had issue with the things we were asking them to do. But the way we would tell them is, okay, obey first, and then if you have a question about it, you can come and ask us about it afterward. But we want you to obey first. And again, I think we talked about this on the question and answer day a couple of Fridays ago. You can find that scope on my YouTube channel, which is YouTube, and then just search under Mentoring Moments for Moms. When they are, oh goodness, I'm missing this whole thing here, sorry. Oh, they have to obey and then ask why afterward, especially if you're in a dangerous situation. Your child is going to run out in the middle of the street and grab a ball. You want him to be trained to obey you immediately. You don't want him to say, oh, should I obey mom or not, and go run out in the street. No, he needs to be able to know that he should obey you immediately. And you can always explain to him why afterward. The good attitude is very, very important because, again, it shows respect for mom and dad. Okay, so number 5 is respect other people and their property. Whoa, can you imagine what this was like in a family with 7 people? Knock before you enter a room. Ask before taking someone's something, whatever it is you're wanting to borrow. And then also, for the person who has something that another wants to borrow, if you are not using it, then unless there's a problem with the age of the one asking, you should let them use it, at least for a period of time. That's a little bit hard, but it works. It works really well if they do that. That way they learn to share, they learn not to be so possessive. In our household with 5 kids and the adults, we had to make sure that we knew how to get along. And if you're selfish, if you're keeping all your things to yourself, if nobody can touch my stuff and nobody can enter my room, that's not going to go anywhere. You've got to cooperate. You've got to work as a team. Okay, the last rule, and this was a big one for me, is no running or shouting in the house. And I know some moms do not believe that that's the way to be. They say it's okay to run, it's okay to play, do all these things, it's okay to throw balls in the house. At my house, we didn't do that, and I don't let my grandkids do it. Number 1, people can get hurt, especially pregnant moms. Very difficult if you have boys running around and they knock into you and you're falling down. This is not a good thing. So no running and no shouting. It interrupts what everybody is trying to do. There is a place to run. There is a place to shout. There is a place to play with a ball. And it's outside. So that's what I do, is I try to be as positive as I can with them as, okay, if you want to play with the ball, let's go outside. If you want to run, we run outside. We go run around the house. We go play in the yard. We do something like that, but not in the house. There's just too many things that can happen. People get hurt. Kids run into coffee tables. They get scars, all kinds of stuff like that. So it's easier to be able to have that rule. And again, these are very general rules. But amazingly enough, we could often take whatever the situation was and categorize it under one of these. And it just made living in the house a lot easier to say, okay, these are our only 6 rules, rather than, okay, here's our 39 rules in our house. Don't take this, don't do that. It's better just to have a basic set of rules and to help your children be able to extrapolate from that what that means, how they can follow that, and how they can stay within the boundaries. So anyway, that's all I have for today. Would love for you to contact me via email. Let me know what you think about what I'm talking about. Did I post these? Oh yes, they could read them in my home on the refrigerator. Posted very low. And actually, if your kids can't read yet, you can have little icons, little pictures that actually show them. And then, of course, review the rules with them. At the dinner, yes, with a 3-year-old, you absolutely can. Put a little picture, but then the key is you want to start playing some games with those rules at dinner. Talk to them about it. Okay, which rule is this? That's right, it's no back talking. There's a big picture of a mouth. have some kind of picture and then go over it with them and just review it with them. This is easy. When you're sitting on the way to church Sunday morning, talk about the different rules. Are they posted on my blog? No, but if you email me, I will send you this sheet, and it will also be with the scriptures that we put to back for each of those. I'm more than happy to do that. I have to get used to sometimes posting these things on Instagram, but I haven't quite done that yet, and things are a little bit busy right here. I'm preparing to leave the country next week, and we just moved, so I'm going to give myself a break and not push too hard on that. But please email me. I already have this typed up. This is from way back when. I'm happy to forward it to you. And please share with your friends. Let them know that we're on here. I try to be on here at least for a little bit, most weekdays. I like to hit a lot of different topics. You'll be emailing me. Wonderful. Megan. Lots of different things. On marriage, on parenting, a lot on parenting, on health, on living simply. These are just things, home management. It's just what I'm all about. It's the stuff I like to share. It's the stuff I like to talk about. And more than anything, I like to help you as a mom. Sometimes you feel like you're all by yourself. You're the only one going through what you're going through, and you're not. We're all out there. Either we've done it before, we've gone through it before, or we're going through it now. So let's connect, let's share our secrets, and let's just have fun. So hope you guys have an awesome, awesome weekend. I appreciate all of you, and enjoy the adventure of motherhood. Whoops. Okay, there we go.